Our scout equities, here are the fists of the Emperor. Come on, my children. There we go. Bam. That's a 14 out of 10 charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of war, traders of great renown, I, the Strategic Indian, bid you welcome to my channel, where our motto is think, practice thinking.
Welcome back from that opening epic charge by our heroic scout equities. We shall be doing some serious 14 out of 10 charges in this episode, so strap in, relax and enjoy the show. Hassle free, this is Total War Challenge with the Western Roman Empire. Nothing can make your day cozier. As promised, we are defending our entire empire, and that includes Britannia, where 2 hammer blows by the Ebdanians and the Franks will be countered by the sons of Rome. The Ebdanians attack with all that they have. 2 stacks come to us to be sacrificed in our to-be pagan capital, while they suffer from penalties as these are land troops coming in waterborne. This army is not to be trifled with. Our initial focus will be to locate and kill both of their generals. Since we have a starting navy and a garrison fleet, our expert naval soldiers will be able to make short work of these landlubbers. Our first task is to find out in which ship the general is. There. He is protected by a lot of infantry and nearby missile units. We will have to be careful. We place our naval general or admiral nearest to him, while we shall use our projectile units to pepper the straggling infantry as they come in. The other ship will be placed very close to the javelin unit so that we can board and take them out before they can fire and cause a lot of havoc. On the shore, we shall place the barricade closest to the shore. Our archers will be hidden behind this wall because the enemy will bring Jav-Cav, and if we are hidden at an angle behind the wall, they will not be able to shoot at them. The spears will be blocking one entrance while the cohorts will be blocking the other. I always have them orthogonal to the entrance so that the cavalry cannot do a clear charge and has to meander. So let's begin the battle and immediately order our admiral to go after their general. There they go. Everybody's going.
Enemy reinforcements are bearing down on us.
It's very important to keep an eye on what your general is doing, because sometimes they are not able to catch up and the general of the enemy is able to land. So here he comes, and there you see he misses the catch, so he couldn't catch up to the enemy general. Our javelins are doing a fantastic job of peppering the enemy, and we have one of the ships which is caught up with the javelin, so that unit will be destroyed very soon. It shows that our boys are losing, but that's not the case. These are very competent troops because they are waterborne and don't have any penalties. They're trained for being in the water. So we keep positioning our javelins and reload from time to time. Our general is furiously going after their general. He's about to land, but there we go. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So as soon as you are able to snare him, he shall not be able to last very well against your troops. So you can see that their general is losing decisively. It's just a matter of time. And there we go. Their general is dead. So the bigger army that they have bought has lost its general, so they will suffer from morale penalties. However, be very careful that they outnumber us by quite a margin, so they will not run as easily. We move our javelins closer to the shore so that we can pepper the enemy troops as they come aboard. The archers are placed on the barricades and they will fire only when the enemy is point blank. So we're gonna hold our fire till the last possible minute. So we have to rearrange the enemy archers are firing fire arrows at our barricade. We'll just use normal shot against the infantry which has come up close to break the barricade. So the advantage of having the barricade over here is your archers can do a lot of damage as they come and try to break the barricade. Another option is to put the barricade on the far left hand side. However, a few infantry will be coming over there, so there is no point keeping a barricade over there. So I move back my archers so that they don't get shot unnecessarily, while I keep them very near to the barricade so that I can put them back on the barricade and fire on the troops as they come in. So it's very important to do it only when the infantry is at point blank range. So I wait, and as soon as they are engaged, it's only then I fire. When you move your archers away from the barricade, it's always important to check how much damage has happened onto the barricade, and if it is too damaged, like 85% plus, then it's not advisable to try to mount the barricade and stay in that vicinity, although we are going to push our luck a little bit in future battles. Cavalry is positioned to the left flank, and our general is trying to take on as many ships as it can. The javelins are moved now to the right flank, very near to the coast, so that they can continue firing. So I try to do a bit of a mop up, but I can see that there is enemy sword units which are approaching. Our archers are continuing to hammer at the units which are trying to break down our barricades. They are really racking up the kills. There, the infantry trying to break the barricade is running. We'll switch focus to the archers, and later we'll try to use our cavalry to catch up with whoever we can. Our archers run out of ammunition. This is really fortunate, I think. If they ran out of ammo and the enemy continued to break down the barricade, they could have found another way into our stronghold. So we formed a little cul-de-sac with our cohorts firing their javelins. Their infantry is going to come in piecemeal, and we're going to deal with them with this cul-de-sac. All the units which are near the shores are going to get peppered with the javelin ships, the Liburnian skirmishers that we have. I can clearly see that we have one unit of enemy swords coming in from the left hand side, and the rest are alright. So here we will quickly reposition. We'll put the weaker swords facing the incoming enemy swords, because they will be supported by the cavalry, and our more competent swords which are able to take on infantry will be turned to face the larger mass of their infantry, because they'll be able to hold their own. So you can see that the enemy swords has caught up to our spears, and our spears are not doing very well. But here comes the cavalry, and meanwhile our sword units will be charging into this mass of infantry, because they will be able to conduct themselves much better. If we had the other combination, our sword would be able to take on their sword, but our spear units, if they were facing the larger mass of infantry, would have completely melted, and maybe our we won't be able to reposition and do anything. So here you can see that that charging sword unit did such an amazing charge. It immediately broke all the morale of the enemy, and now it is just time to do a mop up. So we have done the mop up, and I chased them till they had only a few men left in their general unit. So I actually located their general on the ground, and I let the cavalry kill everything almost before that general was hunted down. So this way they don't get a free general at the end of this fight. and the troops which ran away are very weak. I couldn't catch up to that one Celtic bow unit because it ran off the battlefield much faster than my troops could do mop up. So they are left with very weak units, and we shall do a replenish unit. The Ebdanians go back completely dazed and go back into their capital to lick their wounds. Picts don't do anything. Alans, nothing. Yeah, so these are factions which are pretty far away from us. Ostrogoths, Vandals, yeah, Visigoths are busy with Eastern Roman Empire. Alright, Franks. Let's see. Franks, we are expecting them to cause some trouble, so they attack us in Frisia. We are not going to take this fight because we are force marching and we are pretty tired. So it's better to retreat. Although this is a winnable fight, but yeah, we're not going to take this one. Now, they come in with their navy, which is wounded, as well as their infantry. So you can clearly see that their navy is pretty battered. That means they fought the Saxons, because remember in turn 0 itself, in chapter 0, we made the Saxons and the Angles, the Franks fight each other, right? So their navy has gotten battered, so they're still attacking with a pretty battered force. One of them is even force marching. We don't yeah, there's a lot of troops, so please don't take this fight lightly, even if you kill their general early on. It'll be very difficult to kill their admiral, although the waterborne general can be killed quite easily early on because of a morale penalty. And remember, you have naval units. These are trained to be on the water, while the others, they are just landlubbers. Right. So that is where their navy is. It positioned itself pretty far away. So it's we're gonna put our general back because it might be necessary to land him in case the enemy pushes too hard. On the land side, we're gonna barricade over here as shown. Our archers are going to be hidden inside the city and behind these buildings so that they can shoot at an arc. We're going to turn off fire at will. We expect 2 Salian Frankish lancers to come in, so those are pretty competent units. Therefore, we put our infantry on both the entrances and we hide the cavalry inside in this clump of trees. So we begin the battle. Let's hope the enemy's reinforcements are going to come in from the side where we have actually positioned our ship. So you can clearly see I'm scanning the battlefield, going 360 degrees. So great, they are coming in from this side, so we'll be able to go after them. So we have to check where the general is. There he is. And we'll position the javelins in the mass of moving ships so that they can do quite a bit of damage. So here you can see I'm continuously scanning. This is a very competent army. This is not to be trifled with. So I can see that their navy is not moving as fast. So I move my general to take out one more ship. So by priority, I want to prioritize taking out the freemen sword units. Those are maybe tier 1 units, but as we saw with the scavenger mobs with the elements, they somehow were always outperforming our starting infantry. So the Freemans are also still going to wreck us if they catch up to our boys. So here our ships are coming in. The admiral is coming in. I'm repositioning the javelins in such a way that I can fire into the back of their general. Because remember, friendly fire is a real thing in Attila and it can be completely devastating. Free fire will probably, friendly fire is going to be killing more Romans than the enemy combined. So, yeah, word of caution. So always check the angles in which your fire is outgoing. We are not going to engage their archers because we need to prioritize these infantries, and we have a fully rested horse in scout equity, so they will be able to still take out. So I noticed their Salian Frankish mercenary lancers moving towards our scout equity, so I moved them to safety. No point taking a risk. Okay, we reposition the javelins. Better to shoot at the backs. Make sure you always reload your javelins. There is not much traveling, so when you're reloading, your ships move at a snail's pace, but since they are quite nearby to where they are, there, we got it. We got the general. We got their general. So this army will have morale penalties, but they outnumber us by a gigantic quantity, like 4-1 at this point. So they won't be running as easily. Don't think that the general is dead. I will do a couple of whistling shots and they will fold. No. Okay. So their lancers are doing a little bit of a stroll around our city to see for weak spots. The enemy's navy has moved in quite a lot. So we fire for the maximum amount of time possible. And what we are going to do is we're gonna disengage our admiral because he has won against the freemen. And we're gonna make sure that he lands before the enemy's navy is able to catch up. It's advantageous that we don't land near to the city, to our city, and we land as far away as possible. Okay, here we can see that the cavalry has charged the cohorts because they are that intelligent. The cohorts don't do as well against cavalry compared to the spear units, so the enemy will always prioritize that. Okay, our cohorts are losing a bit. It's not good. So I asked the scout equities to come and help and do a hammer and anvil charge. Meanwhile, we continue to move our general and the javelin unit as far away as possible from the city so that their navy follows them and they land at a much later time. So they will come in phases. First, the infantry will land, followed by their navy. Because only the infantry, which is waterborne, will be having morale and melee damage, etc. From waterborne penalty. Their navies are not going to have any penalties. Plus, the admiral is actually not even killed. So that stack will be pretty good in morale. So here in the city, we have made one Salian Frankish mercenary lancers fold. So they are running. The other one is hidden, so I'm a bit careful moving our general, our admiral, and our... Oh, okay, there he is. Their lancers has actually attacked our spears. That's fortunate. Our right flank is under a lot of trouble because their freemen do a considerable amount of damage, so we are bringing in the scout equities to do a hammer and anvil charge and getting them out of the way so that they are not tangled by infantry. Our archers are doing a fantastic job and shooting at all of these units. Meanwhile, we move our admiral and our javelins. We see there is an opportunity over here that the retreating lancers were rearranging, so they are going to get hit by one volley of javelins, which will be devastating to them. So I move the general close by so that they don't charge. Our right flank is quite weak at this point. Our archers are continuing to fire. And yeah, 1 second. You just look away 1 second, and there are lancers just did a full charge on my Livonian skirmishers. So the cohorts are currently just trying to buy time Our right flank is at the point of collapse right now. So we're trying to get off as many arrows as we can. There we go. The right wing, the right flank is just completely gone now. Alright, our Livonian skirmishers are firing. We did one charge with the scout equities, but they have to run away. I tried to switch to with whistling shots to try to scare the enemy, but it doesn't work. So the scouts run away. We have to make a run for it.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
So we're gonna run away. We're gonna abandon the center of the city because there is just the numbers are just too much. We have to. Oh, okay. We see that the enemy's admiral is empty, and here comes our scout equities. Here are the fists of the emperor. Come on, my children. There we go. Bam. That's a 14 out of 10 charge. That admiral is. It's strange that he's still standing. So he's wavering. Everybody is coming in. To help him. There, he's running. Now, when there is a bug in the game that if there are admirals which do which attack cities, they cannot be killed. So even if you kill them down to the last man, they are not eliminated. So one of their spear units comes following our scout equities, but we bring him under the tower and we move away as soon as they try to charge at and catch up with our scout equipment. So they will be moving back and forth while the tower gets time to just fire. So our city units which ran away, the spears and the admiral are moved back. The tower did its job and made that infantry unit break. The enemy is still very confident, so we'll move our scout equities to capture the city center, which is going to give us a bit of a morale buff. We are not going to engage these weak infantry troops. Let the tower just do its job. So another unit of freemen has decided to come under our towers. So we're just teasing them while we move our admiral and our spears nearby. We're gonna wait till that tower collapses, because if we engage with our infantry, our tower will have friendly fire. So we waited for the tower to be broken, and now we're gonna charge this unit. So every unit is going to go in. Let's go. Here comes our scout equities. Come on, my children. Come on. Come on, ride hard. Come on, let's get them. Let's get them right in their backs. Let's go. Yes, that's a charge. That's a 15 out of 10 charge. This is their last unit, their sword, their axe units, which is very, very dangerous because it's a tier 2 unit and we only have tier 1 units. We place them orthogonal to our infantry is placed orthogonal to them so that they cannot pull off a clear charge. Here comes our cavalry and bam! That's another 15 out of 10 charge. They turned around a little bit to face our cavalry, but they don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. We go all the way to the back of their lines. This axe unit is going to feel it in the morning. They're done. This army is done. I'll do a bit of mop-up. Not very many of them escape. There you can see, you can't kill off their admiral. Only 2 spear units ran away. They will get a free admiral because this one died. So yeah, they are going to go back to their capital to lick their wounds. We got a Pyrrhic victory, but yeah, this is amazing. The entire power of the Franks has been broken right here, right now. The Suebians are coming into attack. This is something that we have already prepared for. And we are not going to take this fight, and we're going to retreat across the river where they cannot follow us.
Retreat! Finding shelter.
The Geats should be fighting the Jutes at this point. Yeah, all these factions are pretty far away from us. Eastern Rome is going to be pretty occupied, so yeah, we don't need to worry about that. No, it's just a bunch of randoms. All the 1 trillion puppet states of the Sassanids doing their turns in turn. It just keeps going. Just keeps going. Okay, Iazagis move into our territory. Sulanis. Okay. So the Visigoths did not make a new kingdom of Dacia. That's nice. They didn't resurrect Dacia. Okay. Right, so the army which destroyed the elements is going to move back to Iuvanum because we have discovered the Vandals. Sometimes the Vandals come into your territory and then you are able to see them, and then make sure you recruit units off of them before you declare war on them. So we couldn't do that, and we could hire one pike unit, which is very helpful because both the Vandal stacks will be coming for us. We are going to move, yeah, there are two options, whether to move them to Savaria or to Sopine. So I'll have to think a little bit about that because it depends on where the threats from Dacia are coming from or where the Vandals are going to attack. Alright, so these are all the demolished buildings. You can see we have made 100,000 gold in this turn, which is fantastic. That's a lot of broken buildings. Somebody has to clear this rubble. It's not going to be me because I'm going to be the one reinvesting this money into the Roman Empire. Yeah, general ready. Food shortage. Yeah, we still managed to have 53 food, so we won't get famine and units deserting. So this is just too close for comfort. We are going to do a save game by attacking the... who are these guys? At Dimidi. We're going to take all the cavalry and the infantry and we're going to move over to their territory. We are not going to take the onager because, yeah, it's too expensive. So as soon as we do this attack, it will be able to save the game for us. Yeah, because I need to go and take a 12-hour nap. I mean, after this one, yeah, this is... I gotta take a nap and I gotta take a shower.
None will escape. Commander.
The Garamantians did not move into our territory, which is a bit worrisome. So we'll just move the general to Sabrata, hire one of those hurlers, and recruit 3 more spears to counterattack at Samidas. We expect an attack by the Morians at Tingis, which is a level 2 town. And we'll have to hire one patrician over here and the other patrician has to go somewhere else, which I'll have to think about. Probably for the next episode. So here, let's just... hire him by raising a fleet. Make sure he's docked. We can hire some mercenary and some troops. Well, that will be it for this episode. Please like and subscribe for more This is Total War as the Western Roman Empire. This has been the Strategic Indian signing out.